Hi, good morning everyone. This is Swarna. Today's session I'm going to teach about SharePoint document management versioning control and also I will explain how to control versions. Few topics I'm going to cover today. In our previous session we discussed about how to store documents, how to update documents and delete documents from your file system into the SharePoint library. This one we covered in our previous session. Today's session is about versioning and more advantages of version control. I will show you how it is going to do. First, we need to, by default, SharePoint document library will enable version control. So versioning is already enabled for the document libraries all in SharePoint, but for lists also SharePoint list also we can have version control, but that we need to enable I think the default it won't come enable, but SharePoint document library it's already enabled. That's what I want to show, how this version control is going to work in a practical way. First, let me go to documents, login into my credentials. Okay, now I am in a document library. The version control and the versioning should be enabled at the level of document library. So in that document library, name called documents, all documents under this in any other folder also will get affected for this version. Now I will show you where we need to control this version settings. Go to library tab. From there go to library settings and versioning settings. Other settings also I will explain, but first we are working with versioning settings. Click on this versioning settings, and at present you can say this require content approval for submitted items no, and this is what you have to do. Create a version each time you edit a file in this document library. The meaning of this one is each time when you check out the document, when you check in the document, it is going to record it as a one version. Major versions means you can publish directly these major versions 1, 2, 3, 4 up to limit, like whatever the limit you specify here, up to that many versions you can manage. Also you can manage minor versions. These are called draft versions. Suppose your document is going to edit so many times, check in, check out, check in, check out, like that, and you can manage minor versions, and each time when you check in, finally once if you are done all minor versions, you can publish this to major version. So that is going to record for the next version, like version 2, like that. Right now we don't have any minor versions, it is only showing only major versions. So up to 500 I just took this one is a limit, and you can mention how many versions you want to maintain, because it's all based on the space also. It is going to occupy space, so think before applying this limit how many versions. Basically it's already enabled this versioning, and initially those who are working on the document library and with edit permissions mostly don't need to go for settings, and you can start working just like check out and check in and version and these kind of things. And draft item security also, while you are working with the drafts, you can You can hide your changes being viewed by other viewers or other readers, but you can default, you can show also the same thing here. You should see draft items in this document library. And because draft items, you don't need to show it to others. Once it is done, and major changes, only there's a major version change. When it is going for major version change, that time you can display that changes to the other users. This is what it is showing here. And other thing is required checkout. Yes, because always we don't allow anyone to by default click the document and edit changes without recording version or without recording this checkout history. So we do need checkout the document before editing. Checkout and check back in, that is going to call one version change. So every time when you check out and check in, we will have the track record and what is happening and who edited the document, what time it is, and what changes have been done. These are all the data. You can just display that. Click OK. Better if we go and see in documents, one document. I will show you with two versions. The major advantage of versions are, suppose today I made some changes, and those changes, after I committed changes, everything is saved, but still I don't like those changes. I want to go back to the previous version. Always you can restore your previous versions. That is the major advantage, tracking all these versions. Now I have this document, one has already 23 versions. Now what we can do is, in 23rd version it is already checked out. If it is not, it will prompt us back here. So I will edit this document now and show you with version change. So only one line is there. Now I am going to enter one more line. Update 3 by Swarna is already saved. Now try to remember update 3 by Swarna at version 23. Now see the version history here. So here in 23rd version, update 3 by Swarna. You can check whether that update is here or not. So this is there, update 3 by Swarna in our latest update. Now I don't want those updates. I want to go back to my previous version. Then what we can do, you can always say that you can, by this time you might have some idea, like some doubt, why should we go back to the previous version? Simply we have this one option, right? Advanced and discard checkout is also the same meaning. I will get it back, my update 2 by Swarna only. But why can't we use this one? Why should we go for previous version? So the difference is here, still I am in checkout mode. Suppose if I am in already after updations, if I already do check-in, means committed changes. At that time also we can use our previous versions. So it doesn't matter whether you checked out or you check back in, then only we can go back again, track our previous records. Once it is checked in, you can't do discard checkout, right? That's why we need to go with versioning that time. So meantime, what we'll do, I will show you. This is check in. Update 3 by Swarna. Yes. So it is showing this version update 3 by Swarna. Now see, Once if you want to work on the versions or tracking previous versions or restoring previous versions or deleting previous versions, anything you want to work on the versions, this document must be checked out. Come here and check out. Now you see the version history. So this is update 3 by Swarna. Whenever I see update 3 by Swarna, so I don't need to see that again. But again I want to go back to my previous version, update 2 or any of this one. So when you go to this previous version and I don't want that, then simply here restore. Now I don't want update 3 by Swarna, so I want only one statement to be there. So here, or for confirmation whether it is there or not, just you can check what is the current view in your document. See here 3 and 2 showing, right? Just I want to make sure this is there or not. Now I go to my version history. Here come to previous version. Try to restore this. Whenever you restore this version, it is going to be 24th version now, current version. Now current version is 24, right? So now any version, any of these versions, if you restore, this restored version is going to sit here and it is going to be a current version for this particular document. And suppose if I am going to restore this document and this is going to be a current version, and all the changes you made on this document after these versions, after this version, it will go away only because it is going to track all the way back to 18th version. So you don't see any of these changes, and you will see direct this document what is there, and that date and time is going to reflect on your current version. Why don't we do this one? Now first at present we take update 2 or this one, just to go back to this one and restore. Means just first one single line we added that we don't want. Yes, always say yes, because it is going to ask you again, even though if I select restore, yes, are you sure you want to restore the previous version? You say yes. So my previous version came back. My current version is showing here only one single line in my document. See here, just make sure that previous version replaced with the current version. So maybe this one is also there with the 2 versions. Let me go back to one more previous version. So make sure. So take one more step back. By time being, here you take this one as restore, or make sure what is there in this document, then we are going to restore this document. So this is simply showing document 1. Try to get another version and we'll see. So version history. So update by student 1 here. View. I think these versions are not there or what happened, but it should show that, and we'll see what will happen here. Let me see this update then. View. I think I was not committed changes. Let me refresh the screen first. I want to go back to the previous version or any other version. Okay, if I can't see also, I want to restore this document one title. Here also you can press restore item version or simply press on version history and time being restore this. We'll see what is there in the when you restore this version, because I want to see the content in the document. If it can't display here, you can see it there. Document1.docx. See here, these are all long back data. That particular particular version is going to now become a current version of the document. Now, in this scenario like this, you can always have your previous versions back into the current version, but make sure very clearly which version of the document you are going to bring it back, and otherwise unnecessary burden again. So now previous version is going to become as a version number 24. This is about versioning and checkout and check-in documents. I already explained about checkout and check-in. Once if you checked out and it is going to locked out this document by you, no other people can edit this document. So I already explained in another class about check-in and check-out with two users, user 1 and user 2, and interacting between two users. Also, if that was not clear, then definitely I will take one more class and how to very clearly to check in and check out. Also, I will explain between two users so that you will understand, you feel like you are working with two users for the demonstration purpose. This one also I will explain in another class. Also, some of the library settings. What are the library settings and what are the major and more advantages? These are very few things we have done. We have not covered it fully. There are so many advantages with the document library, content management, and metadata tagging and search functionality and library settings, view representation, reports, and all those. Just I'm going to cover one by one. At present, this is what my topic is. If you are not clear about it, and please mention, and I will definitely clarify all your doubts in my next class. If you are not at all understanding this concept, slowly we have to repeat again the same session. Hopefully everybody will understand, and try to please make some documents and check out and check in many times, and create some versions and try to restore the versions. This is very important topic, because every time if you keep doing this so many times, it will let you be very easy on your document management. Once if you are in a once if you are in a client place, they will give you real documents. If you are not perfect and not used to, it is little bit uh, risky is straight away in after learning classes. If only 1 or 2 times I tried, but I can straight away I will work out on client documents. It may get some confused, some may pick up, but better try to interact with some trial documents at your house or at your office or anywhere, and try it out many times. And interacting between two users is more and more useful. Like another user is having some other editing options too, you can try it out between two users, or you create another user if you have a subscription. If you are at home, then you can create your own subscription and make another user and try to interact between two users. That is very important for better going on with any other improvements in your career purpose. I am just giving you best advice. This is what for today's class, and definitely hope I will meet in another class. I want all my attendees to come and attend, and if you like my video, please share, and also you can like my video. Thank you so much for this class. Today's session is over. Thanks. Bye bye.